everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today our topic is about poetic rhythm and meter in poetry. This is one of the subtopics in the English 9 Module 2. This is for intended for the first quarter of the school year 2020 to 2021. And I decided to use this topic because this topic, poetic rhythm and meter in poetry, was not thoroughly discussed in the module. And because of that, I think this is very, very important for students, not only for grade 9, but also for college students taking up English 101. All right, I'd like you to take down this lesson because this is very, very important. But before that, syempre, if you are new in this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell in order to be updated. And of course, please share also. Now let us proceed. As I said, this lesson is based on English 9, Quarter 1, Module 2, Lesson 1. Now for Module 2, Lesson 1, the title is Examine Sample Text Representative of its Type. But before that, I'd like to refresh you with the topic in the first module. This is about informative writing, journalistic writing, and poetic writing. By the way, what is informative writing? In this lesson, informative writing is the type of writing which aims to inform, to explain, and to educate. In other words, informative writing is used whenever you want to explain something, a procedure, or you want to describe an object, an idea, anything that is under informative writing. Under journalistic writing, this is the type of writing used to report news stories. This is particularly used by news reporters from TV, radio, or from the print media, from newspapers. And next one is poetic writing. This is used in expressing emotions. Now, this is the part where we are going to focus our lesson, because in the module, element of the story was mentioned there, and different elements were written, but they were not discussed. Those elements were not discussed. So this time, we are going to discuss specific topics only about the structure as element in poetry, particularly the rhythm and meter. Now, structure in poetry refers to stanza, rhyme, meter, and line. Now, we are going to focus this video on this stanza, rhyme, and meter. We cannot discuss everything. I mean, all the elements in poetry, because that is a very broad topic. Now, types of stanza in poetry. What are the types of stanza? We have monostic. This is a stanza with only one line. And then we have couplet. This is a stanza with two lines that rhyme. And then number 3 is tercet. This is a stanza with 3 lines. Number 4, quatrain. Quatrain is a stanza with 4 lines. And then we have quintain. Quintain is a stanza with 5 lines. This is also sometimes called quintet. And then we have sestet. This is a stanza composed of 6 lines. And then we have septet. Septet is a stanza composed of 7 lines. And the last one is octave. This is a stanza composed of 8 lines. Now, we are going to focus on this poem written by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Now, in your module, for Module 2, Lesson 1, this poem was included. Now, we are going to analyze this, the rhyme and rhythm and meter of this poem. Now, this poem is composed of 4 lines. As I've said, 4 lines in a stanza is called quatrain, because it is a stanza composed of 4 lines. Now, what is rhyme? Rhyme is a repetition of similar sounds, usually exactly the same sound in the final stressed syllables and in any following syllables of 2 or more words. Most often, this kind of perfect rhyming is consciously used for effect in the final positions of lines of poems and songs. Now, rhyme is particularly applied in rap songs, because if a rap song has no perfect rhyme, then it doesn't sound correct. The timing and the rhyme is not good to hear if there is no rhyme. Okay. Now, let us start with the analysis of this poem. Now, the first line here, the end line, ends in ways. The first line and the fourth line have the same ending sound, ways and grace. This is called end rhyme. And the second and third lines have also the same sound at the end of the line. We have height and we have sight. So this kind of rhyme, the rhyme pattern is A, B, B, A. Now notice the sound in first and the fourth stanza is the same. So we have, and then the stanza have the same sound also. So the rhyming pattern here is A, B, B, A. Take note of that. Now, for the second stanza, the first line sounds days, while the fourth line sounds praise. So they have the same sound also. They have identical sound. So this is also called a rhyme. And the second and third line also have the same sound, candlelight and right. So the rhyming pattern here is A, B, B, A. Because as I've said, the fourth line and the third line ending have the same sound. The second and third ending have also the same sound. So the rhyming pattern is A, B, B, A. Now, we are going to discuss meters in poetry. Meter, when we say meter, it is the rhythm of syllables in a line of verse or in a stanza of a poem. Now, many forms of meter are broken into feet, which is a specific group of syllable types. Now, these are the common metrical feet in English. Number 1, we have iamb. Iamb is a metrical foot composed of 2 syllables. The first one of which is unstressed, and the second of which is stressed. For example, compute, dispel, agree. Now, the first syllable is unstressed. The second syllable is stressed. All right. So this one is called iamb. Next, trochee. Trochee is a metrical feet composed of 2 syllables. The first of which is stressed, and the second one of which is unstressed. Now, for example, argue, bishop, doctor. Now, notice here, this is a word composed of 2 syllables. The first syllable here is stressed, followed with unstressed syllable. And this type of arrangement is called trochee. Number 3 is spondee. Spondee is another metrical feet composed of 2 syllables. And these syllables are composed of stressed. Both syllables are stressed. For example, ice cream, hotline, cell phone. Now both syllables are stressed. Number 4, we have dactyl. Under dactyl, this is composed of 3 syllables. Now, these three syllables, the first one is stressed, and the two syllables are unstressed. For example, elephant, possible, trinity. Now, notice here, the first syllable is stressed, and the second syllable is unstressed. That is under dactyl. Remember that. The first one is stressed, and the second one is unstressed, like this. Possible, trinity. Okay. Now, the last one, Anapest. Now, this is composed of three syllables. The first two are unstressed, and the third syllable is stressed. For example, of a kind, souvenir, understand. Right. Here, of a kind. Of and a is unstressed. Kind is stressed. Souvenir, understand. Okay. Now, these are the poetic methods in poetry. First, a line with only one foot is called monometer. Number two, a line with 2 feet is called diameter. And then trimeter for 3 feet, tetrameter for 4 feet, pentameter for 5 feet, hexameter for 6 feet, and then heptameter for 7 feet, and octameter for a line with 8 feet. Now let us apply this to this poem, How Do I Love Thee by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. First, we are going to count how many syllables there are in each line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 10 syllables in the first line. Now, each line in this poem is composed of 10 syllables, if we are going to analyze that. And then, here are the stress symbols used in this presentation. This symbol is used to express unstressed syllable, while this one is used to express stressed syllable. Okay. Now we are going to apply this in this line. This is unstressed, so we are going to read this like this. How do I love thee, let me count the ways. Now, notice here we have divisions here. Each division here is called 1 foot. This is another 1 foot. This is another 1 foot. Another 1 foot. Another 1 foot. So we have how many feet? We have 5 feet. Now this 5 feet is the composition of each line. Each line is composed of 5 feet. Now, this is an example of I am. And then we are going to apply this here. How do I love thee, let me count the ways. So we have 5 feet here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 feet. And this is, remember, each foot is composed of a stressed followed with unstressed. It is called I am. Remember that. We are here in this division. Each foot is composed of unstressed followed with stressed. In our definition, a metrical feet composed of 2 syllables with unstressed followed with stressed is called I am, like this one. So this is I am. And then each line is composed of 5 feet. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet. And the 5 feet is called pentameter. So the combination of these two, I am and pentameter, is called iambic pentameter. Now this is very important. And this is also part of the lessons in college. Now, this line is called iambic pentameter, because it is composed of 5 feet, with each feet composed of 2 syllables. The first one is unstressed, followed with stressed. That's why it is called iambic pentameter. Okay. Now let us analyze the second line. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height. So we have here, each foot is composed of unstressed followed with stressed. So this is another example of iamb. Now, and we have 5 feet for each line. So the combination again of iamb and pentameter is called iambic pentameter. Now, if the line has 3 feet and the poetic rhythm is trochee, with each foot composed of a stressed followed with 2 unstressed syllable, then it falls under trochaic trimeter. Okay, remember that. Now, if it has 2 feet, then it is trochaic dimeter. If it has only 1 foot, then it is trochaic monometer. If it has 5 feet, then it is trochaic pentameter. Okay, now, if the line has 4 feet and the poetic rhythm is dactyl, with each foot composed of a stressed followed with 2 unstressed syllables, then it falls under dactylic tetrameter. Now, if the line is composed of 5 feet with dactyl for each foot, then it is called dactylic pentameter. That is, if the line is composed of 5 feet, it becomes dactylic pentameter, and so on and so forth, from monometer, dimeter, trimeter, tetrameter, pentameter, so on and so forth. All right, that's all for this lesson. Thank you very much for watching. See you again.